have complained about. Now we have this edge-lit LED TV that's just going to improve on its color and its brightness, and it's going to try to come in above OLED in pricing. Well, which one should we go for? I don't really know how that could become a comparable technology anymore. I mean, QLED, let's face it, it does beat OLED, but only if it maintains the price integrity of LED. And seeing how they're trying to go above that price, it's not going to beat QLED. QLED is not going to beat OLED. The technology might be fascinating and it might be so close, but there's nothing revolutionary here that we haven't seen before. It's a local dimming, edge-lit TV that is really overly ambitious with the pricing. And the only company that I know that beats this pricing right now is Samsung with their flagship of the flagship models, not even their high-end models. So I think this is a really, really big issue that Samsung has to fix, or it'll get fixed by people just not buying it, as I've seen with a lot of the Sony models. So, I mean, guys, I mean, you can't let these companies bully you by telling you, sparkling colors and perfect viewing angles. I mean, you got to understand OLED already has perfect viewing angles, and for that price, and they're going to be newer OLEDs, and you're going to have a synergy TV where LG makes the panel and Sony makes the tech, so you get the best of both of the two top companies versus one company, and you're going to get more of your soap opera effect, and that the Sony has 960 and they only have 240 simulated hertz. I don't know, it's just you're getting more, and you're probably going to pay a lot less for that Sony than you would for this kind of television. I mean, keep in mind, guys, this is only the 55-inch variant. If you look, the 75-inch variant that a lot of people would go up to, that have the money to go up to it, it's $6,000, guys. $6,000 for an edge-lit TV is an asinine, astronomical amount of money in the year 2017. Okay, let's take it down to something most consumers would actually buy. It's still astronomical at $3,499. So that's 3,500 bucks for a 65-inch. Come on, it's an edge-lit. It's not worth OLED money, and I don't appreciate Samsung coming out with the same features that we got on the KS8000, JS 9500, a lot of the KS 9500, a lot of the top end models, and just saying, hey, these are brand new features. We have quantum dot, but we might not have the QLED. We have the flat panel. We have the 360 design. We have the one remote. Okay, I don't see how in their overview feature list they're offering anything dramatically new outside of this QLED technology that wraps a quantum dot inside of the metal diffuser to help produce better contrast and color and all of that. Yes, that might be great. You have 100 on the DCI color space, but let's keep in mind DCI isn't exactly the most saturated thing we've ever seen. And on top of that, you're sitting at 96% on pretty much all of your KS models. So to make that kind of leap would be just not worth it. So I don't know, guys. I think that for the money, you should probably just hold off and wait if you're interested in seeing what QLED has to offer until Black Friday or until January of 2018 or spring of 2018. Other than that, I mean, if you really push came to shove, sorry about my battery here going dead in a couple minutes, but if push came to shove, I think you guys would really be better off actually going with OLED if you guys are in the same ballpark and it's going to charge you the same amount of money and you're okay spending it. I think going for the newer OLED, the A1, would definitely be a better investment than the QLED at this point in time, because QLED has already confirmed that they think that they're better by charging that premium, and it's not worth that. So that's where I'll leave it. I get it. I'm not a fan of OLED, but I'm no fool either. I kind of understand a good value and a bad value. And this is essentially a JS8500 with quantum dot enhancement and the same features we got last year. And that's all I see. It looks exactly the same as the JS8500. It just has a little bit more chrome polish to it, but it looks very similar. And I'm done with it. So until next time, guys, I'll see you later. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So make sure that to view this video properly, you're zooming in completely. Bottom right hand corner, that's how you do it. If you don't know, now you know, kind of thing, and you'll get the full image and you'll enjoy the video without looking at these tiny images that I see complaints in the comment section over. That aside, we're going to talk about the LED OLED crisis as we have it,
and just kind of finish this off here, right? This has gone on way too long. I'm putting the nail in the coffin today. This is done today. I'm going to give you something, and you hold on to it, keep it in your noggin, take it with you, deny it, refute it, whatever makes you comfortable. But this is it, guys. This is my final. You have to see this as just unbiased in order to move on from the situation and enjoy your life. You know, like there's no other way. But anyway, so when you look up LED versus OLED, you're going to see a lot of explanation videos. You'll see side-by-side comparisons, but the problem with a lot of the side-by-side comparisons that LG cherry picks, they cherry pick conventional LED TVs and they'll match them up. Like they'll say, they'll go and pick a Vizio, or they'll pick a Sano, or they'll pick a very shitty TV that nobody is comparing today, okay? Because nobody is still buying these, you know, ugly TVs that don't produce any image for the money that they're offering, right? So they're using conventional TVs to try to sell the benefit of OLED. No shit, it's gonna work magnificently. Magnificently. There's not a, if you're arguing that regular LED without any local dimming, without any wide color gamut, is better than OLED, you gotta have your head checked. And if that's what you guys think I'm doing, you're out of your minds. No, no, no. The argument is wide color gamut, HDR, 1000 nits, local dimming, all the bells and whistles, competing on a flagship level with a flagship OLED. Now you've got yourself a fight. And that's what this argument is about. And it's over, guys. There is a definitive proof that it's not just me that thinks this way. You gotta look at this, okay? So comparative, you're looking at LG. If you look through all these videos on YouTube, and they're gonna show you all these cherry-picked videos of conventional TVs. When we all know, when you hear conventional, that just means we're gonna pick the undersaturated basic TV sets to try to sell the benefits of the features. So that aside, we're gonna go into a video that I think illustrates it very well. I mean, you can go through all of these, and you can see on numerous occasions the brightness does play the biggest factor, and that's a big deal. And I'll talk about that a little bit more. But I'm sure all of you heard of, you know, Achilles or Achilles, or I don't really know how to say that first name, Army of, you know, and I don't know, I'm not going to click on his video, on my video, but, you know, I am going to give it acknowledgement, because this is one of the only videos that accurately does a side-by-side comparison of an OLED with a local dimming TV, and I absolutely recommend you go see it. You see this video and you check it out for yourself, and, you know, watch the one beneath it with the ice cream and stuff like that, and you'll get a good idea of what the real experience is like when you pull it out of the box and you're like, okay, I just bought this fucking awesome OLED. Nothing's gonna touch it. I just know I'm hot shit now. And then you buy some entry-level KS8000, so you think, you know, and then it blows it away. It touches it. It comes close. Whoa, madness is happening now. So that's essentially what this is about. And I commented on that particular video, and I went on to say, if you think that OLEDs have dramatically better black levels, you should pause this video at 4:53, and he shows a menu screen, and he basically goes in and says, hey, look, you know, the black levels are basically holding their own, and you can kind of see that yourself. You don't really, it's self-explanatory, you know what I mean? And if you keep going on into the video, you're going to see that at 4:09, he states that, you know, it's basically 2 weeks since he's had these TVs, and he's struggling to make a decision. And my argument that I'm making is, how great is OLED really, guys? If it's taking this guy 2 weeks to see a valuable, tangible difference between OLED and local dimming, that says a lot about the technology, and that says a lot about where technology has gone. You know what I mean? Like, for a guy to actually sit there and go, damn, you know, like this is pretty close. Shit. Fuck. What? That one's brighter. That one has a little bit more detail here. That one's a little. But the black levels are great. But the colors are all, I don't know. You know, like, for that to be the argument for a TV that costs significantly less and offers significantly comparable viewing experiences, this should not be an argument, okay? It needs to stop. In addition, if you go on to 607, where he says that essentially, overall, to summarize this whole thing, that blooming backlight thing that everybody is complaining about isn't even a big deal. It doesn't even bother him. That's That's saying something. It's not a deal breaker, and I'm not the only one that has said it then. So now you have two people that are saying it. He has more subscribers than I do. Okay, so if you're not going to listen to me, at least try to listen to somebody else who's unbiased. Because at the end, for all you OLED owners, if this makes you happy, he in the end chose an OLED for his own reasons, but he didn't come out and say that the KS8000 could never touch an OLED, could never compete with an OLED. He viewed it unbiasedly, and he put the information out there, and I give respect for that, because he's not coming out and saying, yeah, you know, the KS8000 is total shit, it's garbage, you know, it can't touch OLED, it wasn't even close, I made that decision in a second. Because that's not true. You can't make that decision in a second. It does ultimately come down to a viewer preference. If you're mostly watching in a dark room, go for the OLED if you really like that kind of thing, and you like the dark room experience only, and you've got a theater room, and it doesn't bother you that you're not going to have the brightness because, you know, your eyesight's bad, whatever your reasons. There are reasons why you may or may not look for an OLED, but the thing that pisses me off is that OLED exclusively comes out and says, we are better, nothing comes close, this is the shit, we are the shit, nobody's gonna matter, you got to go with the future, everything else is dying, everything else is fleeting, everything else is insignificant, if you ain't playing with us, you're playing with the little leagues, and that's not the case. And it pisses me off that people are going around saying this, because it makes viewers that have money, a lot of money to spend, but not a whole lot of information to go on, make a bad decision, get it home, and then hear on the news, yeah, you know, QLED's launching, it's got over 2,000 nits. Well, what are nits? Nits are the brightness in your TV. Well, shit, that sounds like a lot. How much do I have? You have 800 nits. Shit, I paid like fucking $3,000 for this thing. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you're not going to get that peak brightness. Don't expect that in your HDR. But HDR runs on peak brightness. Yeah, it does. You know, so it's just kind of like a game that they're playing with you, and you've got to know how to play it. It depends on your viewing experience. But at the end of the day, guys, the ultimate end of the day, unless you're watching fucking loading screen icons and you are getting off on the idea that you have an icon on your screen and it's just the best shit ever, and now it's being ruined by this bright light around it, you'll be fucking fine, guys, okay? Like, look, an icon is not the viewing experience. Unless you're watching icon as your content, if you look at loading screens only and you just turn off the content, say, fuck this, I don't need this, I only want the loading screens, this is what matters to me. You know, if you're not doing that, you're fine. You're fine, it's proven. There are multiple people saying it. I'll show you even more proof to end out this video before I let you guys go here and move on with your lives past this stupid, inadequate OLED argument that any manufacturer can make, okay? Okay, so you're gonna have this video. You can watch it. It's not my video, it's his video, which furthers the credibility apparently, okay? It's got 98,000 views on it. I only have a few thousand at a time, okay? So, hey, don't trust me, right? I'm only an unbiased, unpaid guy, right? So go to him, see what he has to say about his OLED, and watch these two videos. Furthermore, I'd like you guys to do this. In my history, not my history, but in my my TV guide information under my playlists, I set aside a video for you guys. If any of you need it, please let me know in the comment section and I'll link it to you. But it's basically 2016 Sony's Ultra HD 4K compares to an OLED, essentially is what it is. And it's this picture all the way at the bottom where you're gonna see the OLED being proven to run colder than the flagship Sony experience that I have in my room right now. Okay, like, it's just insane that people are not catching on to this. Your whites will not be white. I love how everybody's like, it uses phosphorus, and whites are truly white. No, they're cold, and they're not as white as they are on our flagship models, and that's a fact. So snow, brightness of suns, anything that could be potentially bright, anything that could show a white to it, you know, a canvas, flower petals, fucking, you name it, man, you name it. If it's white, it's not gonna be right. Some girl's dress will look bluer, okay? It'll look like a pearl white or something, like an off-white. It will look weird, like it's not a real white. And that's the difference between LED and OLED technology. That backlight does a lot more than just light a fucking panel. It's doing something, especially when the blue light, or the bright blue light from that LED hits those nanocrystals, those triluminous cells, whatever it is, it's going to illuminate those like bioluminescence and then give you a picture worth a damn. Okay, so it's not, you gotta learn the technology. There's a science behind it. It's called nanotechnology for a reason, okay? Like, I can't make it any clearer than this. You have another video that's not mine right here, okay? You've got the, you type in LED versus OLED. If you really just don't trust me, you scroll down until you see the red looking video, okay? and he's got 2 of them. You watch both of these video, 1 minute 57 seconds of your life. To sum it up for you, ain't too much. 7 minutes, 25 seconds again, not a lot, okay? And then you keep scrolling down. If you don't want to go on my channel because you just hate me that much and you just, the sight of me pisses you off, then you go scroll down till you see this video, because it'll be under the same search. You just got to do a little bit more digging, okay? And if you do a little bit more digging, you'll find that that is a video that you should watch. And if you go even further, you'll see the EF950 versus, you know, the X940D versus on this AMG Mercedes guy, whatever, and you'll see the same thing. Just to spoil it for you guys, the TV on the right is the 940D, the TV on the left running cold is obviously OLED. So there is something to what I'm saying, and I'm putting this information out there. If you didn't watch the entire video, don't bother with a comment, because it's not going to make a difference, and you probably really wouldn't have gotten this far anyway. But look, guys, let's fix the misinformation that's out there, because I think a lot of the stigma out there is if you're not an OLED customer, you don't matter, and you're not a big league player, and you should just sit down and you should just accept the new wave of the future that is passing you by. Meanwhile, LED is constantly making advances every year and winning innovation awards. The top winner of the Best Innovation Award this year went to Samsung's QLED for a reason, not OLED, because OLED has remained stagnant. OLED got the honoree award for the best innovation, but that's not the same thing for winning the actual award. That's like being nominated for an Oscar, but you didn't win it, you know what I mean? But I digress, guys, so that's all I got for you. If you've got any questions in the comment section, keep it civil and sane, and until next time, I'll see you later.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Think Computers Weekly Tech Podcast. We're in episode 92. This episode is brought to you by Amazon. If you go to thinkcomputers.org/Amazon and happen to purchase something that helps the podcast and helps us, keep on going here. With me every weekend, it seems like, is Derek. What's up, Derek?
What's up? How's it going?
You seem rather happy today.
Oh man, got that vitamin D.
Yeah.
Sunshine. I mean sunshine.
You can't actually do vitamin D pills here,
Oh, really?
so you can actually take those. Yeah, a lot of people who live in like areas where it rains a lot or whatever will take vitamin D. Yeah, we probably should take them. But yeah, for the winter time, I typically take them because we need, obviously, and typically in the winter time I'm inside more because like a lot of products are coming out, so I'm just doing a lot of work. Hence, like today it's like beautiful, and I haven't left the house besides taking the trash.
Keep destroying.
Yeah.
It goes past mid-February, and it's in the 60s.
Yeah, global warming, bro. Global warming.
Good, I'm down.
Leonardo DiCaprio was right.
MVP.
Yeah, no, it's so nice, guys. So if you're like anywhere where it's nice, try to take advantage. Don't be like me and stay inside all day. Like try to take advantage of the nice weather because it's really nice out.
I got 45 miles.
Oh, nice. I went to the gym yesterday and I did 12, so that's good, I guess. No, I like 12.
12 minutes? Oh, 12 miles. Okay.
12 miles. Come on, man. So yeah, I'm back on like trying to be healthy. So
Yeah, good.
I know, even though
Get that summer bod, right?
it's yeah, I have a trip coming up to the beach in a couple weeks, so
Oh.
I want to not look horrible in a bathing suit. I don't think I'll be like beach bod ready, but I'm trying to go at least 4 to 5 days a week. So we'll see how that goes.
If you watched my GPU buy